Welcome to CSE's first ever fully virtual market opening ceremony, organized to celebrate the listing of the first Empower Board company, Chrissworld Limited.
SMEs are unanimously recognized as the backbone of the Sri Lankan economy, as they account for over 75% of the total number of enterprises, provides 45% of national employment, and contributes to 52% of the GDP in Sri Lanka. Technological progress through the expansion of trade and the evolution of global value chains is opening up new growth opportunities for SMEs in Sri Lanka. Globally competitive, dynamic, innovative and sustainable SMEs therefore are the best interest of our nation and pivotal to national economic prosperity. Growing a business and driving a transformation, however, is easier said than done. If you are an SME, you can understand that access to finance is a key constraint to growth, and that access to formal credit can be challenging. The critical challenge of funding also brings about other challenges, including the lack of access to market information, technology, and the lack of quality talent to drive the organization. An increasing number of SMEs, as a result, are considering the pros and cons of accessing versatile methods of financing by looking beyond conventional credit. As a leading source of wealth and value creation for 298 companies across multiple industries in Sri Lanka, the Colombo Stock Exchange constantly strives to drive and transform Sri Lankan businesses while spurring on ideas and ventures that are of a national significance. CSE now offers a new and compelling avenue to drive Sri Lankan SMEs through their next phase of evolution by offering a unique proposition and an opportunity to access a deep pool of international and domestic capital. Our innovative new listing platform for SMEs not only unlocks sources of capital for businesses, but also paves the way for a far-reaching business transformation. Apart from access to capital, our new listing platform will offer SMEs opportunities to build credibility through disclosure of information and balanced governance standards, which would enhance their visibility and attract strategic investors. The new listing platform has the potential to make an all-round impact, bringing a positive change and shaping the stature and longevity of an SME for years to come. SMEs around the country will have at their disposal a range of new capital raising methods, such as IPOs and issuing further shares once listed, paving the way for responsible capital raising. Companies listing on this platform will be offered guidance during the listing process by both the CSE and an independent sponsor, and will continue to engage in post-listing support provided through a range of one-on-one meetings, awareness sessions, compliance monitoring reviews, and public consultations. CSE embraces the responsibility of empowering entrepreneurs from all walks of society as they pursue their dreams, shape the future of industries, and transform the Sri Lankan economy. Let us join hands and stand united as we foster the next phase of wealth and value creation among our SMEs, the backbone of the Sri Lankan economy. The Empower Board of the Colombo Stock Exchange, making the capital market work for Sri Lankan SMEs.
Welcome to this special occasion for the bell ringing ceremony marking the listing of Chrissworld Limited at the Colombo Stock Exchange. I would like to specifically welcome some very important guests today. First and foremost, the Chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, Mr. Viraj Dayaratna. Secondly, from Chrissworld Limited, we have the Chairman, Mr. Christopher Pereira, Mr. Suraj Suravira, the CEO, and the rest of the board of directors and many of their management team. And finally, the sponsors to this issue, Atara Capital Partners, and their managing director, Mr. Rohan Seneviratne. This listing is a milestone. It is a milestone for both the Colombo Stock Exchange as well as, of course, for Chrissworld Limited. We launched the Empower Board, another board for listing on the Colombo Stock Exchange several years ago. And the Empower Board was specifically tailored to invite small and medium enterprises to list on the Colombo Stock Exchange. Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs as they are known, are the bedrock of our economy. They are a predominant majority of the number of companies in the country, and they employ almost half of staff working in the corporate world. These are the growth engine of our economy, and the ability to provide another avenue for them to seek growth capital, raise their corporate profile, and establish better governance processes are all part of the objectives of the Empower Board. We are very honored that Chrissworld Limited, a strong logistics company that is profitable and 10-year track record behind it to support it, is going to be our first listing on the Empower Board. And I wish the Empower Board, as well as Chrissworld Limited, much success in the future. I'm sure today's listing will be the first step in a long list of SMEs that take advantage of this board, and I want to congratulate Chrissworld Limited for not only their listing, but for being a pioneer and being a trendsetter really in drawing more companies into the Empower Board. I hope your listing and the post-market performance goes extremely well. And I would like to thank the Securities and Exchange Commission, who has been part of our journey in establishing this board, as well as the company, its sponsor, and everyone else who has been part of a process to get Chrissworld Limited to its listing today. Thank you and stay safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be present this morning to celebrate the trading of shares of Chrissworld Limited on the Colombo Stock Exchange. As we know, ladies and gentlemen, Chrissworld Limited has been the first company to list on the Empower Board and commence trading. The Empower Board was set up in 2018 to help SMEs to raise the much needed capital. And I take this opportunity to thank the former chairman and commission members of the SEC and the CSE for the contribution made by them in setting up the Empower Board. Raising capital, ladies and gentlemen, is very important for the success of a company, and startups as well as SMEs have found this to be the most difficult task. And we at the SEC and the CSE realized that it was necessary for us to give them this much needed support. And we all know that companies have developed, they have improved their governance structures, as well as their longevity is dependent on making use of the platforms that are available at the CSE. And Chrissworld has now given leadership to all the SMEs and startups to make use of the opportunities that are available, and I congratulate them for taking this initiative. The SEC together with the CSE has spread this message, the fact that raising of capital and other host of other benefits are available to SMEs and startups if they were to list on the Empower Board. I would like to tell the SMEs and the startups, it's not just a question of listing on the Empower Board, it is just a start. And with the growth of your business, you could advance to the next step of listing on the Dirisavi board and ultimately on the main board. So I would like to call upon all entrepreneurs in the country, make use of this opportunity. The SEC is in the process of providing various other facilities to businesses. We have made it easy for companies to list on the Dirisavi and the main board. The listing process has been streamlined and it's now handled solely by the CSE in order to make it more efficient and less cumbersome. So it is our endeavor to ensure that businesses find the right environment and the facilities to develop their businesses. And I don't want to take too much time. I wish Chrissworld all success in all your future endeavors, and take this opportunity to invite all small businesses as well as startups to come forward, list your business on the Empower board and make use of the host of facilities that are available to you. Thank you.
First and foremost, it is fitting that I acknowledge the fact that the SEC and CSE has done a great job to bring about the Empower board. In the history of 100 years of the capital markets in Sri Lanka, we haven't had a platform to list a SME company, but now we do. And full credit to SEC and CSE for the hard work they have done. Secondly, I want to congratulate Chrissworld to getting there as the first company. It is always difficult for a SME to get listed because of the inherent structures in their companies in terms of governance, financial statements. I must tell you that Chrissworld was a fairly easy assignment for us, because when we met them back in 2019, they had already prepared very good financial statements. They have done the right type of disclosures. They have had independent professionals giving adequate guidance on their business operations. They have had a team of experts with 20 plus years experience in logistics and warehousing and in reputed companies. So therefore, our job as an investment banker was fairly easy. It's in terms of guiding them to prepare their future plans and how we articulate those plans into a valuation, and then we had the requirement to do the execution. So Chrissworld was a very good case for us, and similarly we are in the process of talking to few other companies. They have engaged with us, and we are doing this grooming process, which cannot be rushed. Certain companies might take a longer grooming process. Certain companies may be able to do it faster, like Chrissworld. Our role as the sponsor of a company when they get listed on the Empower board, there is a time period that we will have to remain with the company until they issue 2 annual reports. And this is a very important period where we will also guide the company on their disclosures, their governance. We will be working closely with the independent non-executive directors so that these companies are on the right path even after listing. And this is purely to protect the rights of the minority investors, which are the general public. Therefore, our role as the sponsor of this IPO will continue, until such time they issue 2 annual reports. I hope that there will be further companies, SMEs, who will use this platform to be listed in the stock exchange. And as an investment banking firm, we are also keen to engage with further companies. We are setting up a separate unit within our firm to exclusively cater to the SMEs, so that we can have more companies using this platform to be listed in the CSE. So I wish Chrissworld all the very best, and congratulations for making it as the first company, and I wish them the very best in their future business endeavors. Thank you.
Today is a very memorable day for all of us, being the first day of trading of our shares. We've had a successful conclusion of our IPO with a decent oversubscription, by which we are able to satisfy almost all the investors who invested with us. So firstly, I want to thank everybody who invested for the confidence, the trust and the belief that you have had with Chrissworld and our team. I need to thank Atara Capital, the managers to the IPO, also the sponsors with the CSE. Actually, they were the ones who pushed us, encouraged us, and gave us a lot of impetus to go for this IPO. We had doubts at certain times, but they kept on pushing us and saying that this is a very good move. And the experience of listing the company, to make all the structural changes that were necessary to meet the requirements of the CSE, to adjust our balance sheets to be positive. I think those were all good lessons, good experiences for us in this process. And as an SME, I'm really thankful that we have been given an opportunity to list and then to go public, because it's an opportunity that we should not miss. We have gained funds, we have got funds from people without having to go to sources where we have to pay high interest. I think that's a great boon for us and a great benefit for us. And now the ball is in our court to make sure that we deliver on the promises that we have given. And we will deliver, because we are an aggressive, dynamic and a very successful bunch of people. And we want to make things work, we want to make things successful. As far as the IPO was concerned, we had few worries. There were various quarters giving us various opinions. The fact that the IPO volume itself was small made us feel that there could be some problems in subscribing these shares. But in the end, it turned out quite well for us. And now we are happy that we were able to go public, to go and get funds from the public, and then use those funds for the development of the company, for the progress of the company. Because we have lots of plans for the growth of this company. We feel that the logistics industry is a high potential industry, and that potential we want to somehow harness. As a company, the future for us, I think, holds really well. Thank you very much.
The listing follows a remarkable initial public offering by the company. The issue set a robust cornerstone with an oversubscription within the first day of its offer. Chrissworld PLC. Welcome to Colombo Stock Exchange. Thank you for joining the market opening ceremony. Visit www.cse.lk for more market updates.